everybody.
Who is that cat? Arthur. You're just gonna stare at me? Oh.
I am Walrus. What the hell?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Arty of Arty's Corporate Fiction. Hope you guys have had a wonderful week so far. Happy Hump Day. We are going to take a look at the recently filed lawsuit from Mr. DeCastro against the Las Vegas Police Department. I've already seen that Blue Bacon, Kick, and several others, Mandy, have all gone through the lawsuit themselves, but you know what? Why not? I'll give it a shot. In addition to that breaking news, the last batch of body cam footage, this afternoon I paid the invoice for that. It was 537. I posted it in Discord. It was like 537 or something. A little bit short, but hey, what happens? I can make it up for it later on down the line. But I think it's 109 minutes of footage, so you know what, it's going to be a lot more than what we got in the second round. And I think I'm certain I'm almost positive it's going to include Sandoval's perspective too. Sandoval, if you don't know, Sandoval, if you don't know, my goodness, he's the one who put pressure on Chili's ulnar nerve. For those who also don't know, Archer is a little under the weather. I had set up an appointment for him. Might just be a cold, I think. Just has some runny nose, and some sneezes, but I'm sure he's fine. So I just got an appointment for him on Friday, and we should be good to go there. But yeah, let's get it right into it. Well, obviously, we're going to kind of compare and contrast the details of the lawsuit with what is being alleged in the body cam footage. Goodness, I can't even talk right now. Anyway, so let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna see if I want to make sure that I can zoom in a little bit better so you guys can see it. Uh-oh, nope, that's not the right button. There we go. Hey, Susie, thank you for the $5 super chat. All right, let me see if I can. There, and then I'm gonna put this above there. All right, I know well, I can just do this with the footage. There we go. All right, member, this is his lawsuit. I already have it on the introduction. I'm sure people already know where they can find Chili's info. I'm just not going to give you an assistance. All right, starting off. Plaintiff, a member of the press. All right, off to a great start. Specifically records police interactions, was recording an officer interaction outside Roll and Smoke BBQ. 5 LVMPD, including the officer he was recording, under the guise of protecting the privacy of another citizen public without reasonable suspicion that the plaintiff was involved in any criminal activity, did interfere with and rob plaintiff of his liberties while he was in a place that he was lawfully allowed to be, while plaintiff was performing constitutionally protected activities. The officers detained plaintiff, handcuffed, arrested, battered, tortured, forced him into the back of the patrol car, and searched him and his possessions. None of the defendants intervened to prevent the unreasonable detention, arrest, battery, torture, or searches. Sadly, the abusive treatment plaintiff endured for merely asserting his rights and recording the police is not unusual or surprising. Civil rights action seeks to vindicate plaintiff's constitutional and statutory rights and hold the officers and the departments accountable for biased police practices and the policies or absence of policies that resulted in these practices. Awesome. Some old dude, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. Thank you. Then we have the names of the parties. As this is the arresting officer, Brandon Burke. As Jason Torrey. Okay, so Lori Marie, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Much appreciated. I want to say specifically though for you guys that for Officer he listened Officer Dingle. Now I specifically in the second request I requested Officer Dingle's body cam footage, which he listed, and I got this last name from Officer Burke's police report, his incident report, including the badge number. So I put the request in for this specific officer's body cam footage the second time, but I got a call from the detective, and he said that Las Vegas doesn't have an Officer Dingle. Which, yeah, it's odd, because it was in Burke's police report. Now, so instead, I got Officer Doolittle's report, which he's down there. So yeah, it's kind of odd thing. So there actually isn't an Officer Dingle with the Las Vegas Police Department. I don't know why he was listed in the police report as a Dingle and Chili had a Dingle, but we have a Doolittle. Anyway, odd thing. Anyway, moving on. Sorensen Sandoval, he's the one who did the torture. Why is chat limited to subscribers only? To prevent spammers. Spam bots, basically. Anyway, yada yada yada. True names, does 1 through 50, etc. etc. Cause proximate damages. I'll cause injuries and damages. Plaintiff is informed and believes and thereon alleges that at all times herein mentioned each of the defendants, including all defendants sued under fictitious names, was the agent or employee of each of the other defendants, and in doing the things hereinafter alleged was acting in the course and scope of the agency and employment. Most of these are your kind of like garden variety, standard fluff, not fluff, but standard language you would see in any sort of any kind of civil litigation. Jurisdiction and venue, nothing really shocking here, nothing new here. Jurisdiction, venue, all right. Factual allegations, all right. Happened upon a police interaction between a woman sitting in a silver Hyundai, badge number 1904, referring to her as Jane or Jane Doe. Plaintiff started recording, moved to the position approximately 10 feet away from the police interaction. Okay, I think I could move like here, right there. That way you guys can see more of the screen. All right, I have it cut all the way to where he starts So, what was it? I mean, I'm not gonna dock him for like the 6 seconds or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Don't engage my driver. Back up. Hey, back up.
So he says he's approximately 10 feet away from Jane. Not that it really matters necessarily the exact distance, but yeah, you could probably say that's about 10 feet away, maybe. I don't know.
Back up. You're not involved. You can film, but you need to stay away from my driver. Back up. Back up.
So within 6 seconds, Burke left the vehicle, got plaintiff's attention, told him to back up, which plaintiff immediately did, giving Burke an additional 5 feet. Did he give him an additional 5 feet?
Back up. You're not involved. You can film, but you need to stay away from my driver. Back up. Back up, or I'm going to...
That's not that he said anything about the specific amount of distance to give him. You could say you gave him about 3 to 4 feet or so. He backed up, but not by much.
We're obstructing. Get away from my car stop.
Now he backs up a little bit more, so that's about 5 feet or so, I guess.
Okay. Listen. She deserves privacy. This is not your business.
Member of the press. He did not. Apparently, Chili is only going to be selective in terms of what he said to the officer. Plaintiff continued to assert his rights and notify Burke that he was a member of the press. At which time Burke got upset and said he was detaining plaintiff. He said, go back to your car, little doggy. I mean, officer doesn't have a right to arrest you simply by saying that, but I think it's kind of indicative that you omitted that exact language from your lawsuit.
Okay. You're being detained right now. Ma'am, you're free to go.
You're not going to comment. The cop says she has a right to privacy in public. The cop was incorrect in that. She doesn't really have a right to privacy in public, but the officer does have a right to have some measure of distance away between somebody who is talking directly to somebody he's has detained. So while the officer is legally incorrect in saying that she has the right to privacy in public, I'm not really going to fault him in saying that he does have the right to ask Chili to give some distance and not to try and interfere with his stop.
Come over to my car. Come over to my car. Come over to my car right now. Come over. Listen, I am going to put my hands on you.
No, you're not.
Control 3 Robert 1.
Burke told Jane to leave, started walking aggressively towards plaintiff as if to use force. Plaintiff took a step back to prevent any confrontation. Plaintiff continued to protest Burke, putting his hands on him unnecessarily, but Burke was patently interested in manhandling plaintiff in some way and said, "Listen, I am going to put my hands on you."
I gotta make sure. Hey guys, make sure you guys get my people on the phone.
I have an obstructive
Who are your people? I still don't know the answer to that question.
male here who's filming me.
So you ended the stop.
Come over here to my car. Come over here. I need additional
Bring your
units.
supervisor,
I need
please.
this obstructive.
Bring your supervisor, please. Don't
Come
touch
over
me.
to the car.
You don't get
I am
your
going to
hands
grab
on me.
you.
Don't
You are
grab
going to
me.
go to the
Don't
ground.
grab me.
Listen,
Listen,
you
you're
are
not-
detained right now.
No, first get your supervisor out here. You're not just
I don't
going
need
to
a
grab
code
me and
red,
throw
but
me out
he's
the ground.
arguing with
You've
me.
already
I just need
released him.
additional
You've
units.
already released him. This is 2015 Rodriguez versus United States.
Come over to my car.
I'll walk right in front of your car.
I am Officer Bork. You're being detained for obstruction. You need to set the phone down on the hood.
I'm a constitutional law scholar.
He doesn't say anything about being a constitutional law scholar, which is interesting. He says it more than once. While plaintiff was firm in his verbal tone, he never screamed or yelled. He never threatened defendants. Never said anything or did anything that would have led to a reasonable law enforcement officer to fear for this. I mean, this is a conclusory statement. That would have led a reasonable law enforcement officer to the fear for their safety to suspect that plaintiff committed or was planning on committing any crime. This is a conclusory statement, not necessarily facts. This is not a factual allegation. But anyway, plaintiff asked her supervisor while continuing to protest against illegal detainment. Illegal detainment is and against the use of force. Plaintiff offered to walk to Burke's vehicle, which seemed to be where officer wanted to illegally detain plaintiff. As soon as plaintiff reached the vehicle, he was forcefully grabbed and told he was being placed under arrest.
Set the phone down on the hood. You're being detained.
Well, right there, the officer said he was being detained, not arrested.
Now you're going to put hands on me? No, come over here.
Why are you grabbing me?
So he didn't say anything, though, about... He didn't really say anything, though, about hands being put on each other, which is interesting.
Come over here to the car.
Sure.
Let it over here.
Let the phone roll.
I don't care about the phone.
Why are you grabbing me?
Turn around.
I'm a
Turn
member
around.
of the press.
Turn around.
I'm not doing anything.
You're being detained right now.
Turn
around.
Get your supervisor.
Stop.
Hold on. Wait.
Stop.
Are your cameras on? Are your cameras on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, then
Put
don't
your hands
put me
behind
in
your back.
No.
You're going in handcuffs.
Why?
Put your hands
Why?
behind your back.
Can we slow down? Get a supervisor. I haven't done anything wrong.
Put your hands behind your back.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Don't make me use some
If you want
tactics
to
on
detain
you.
me, then detain
I am
me
putting
here.
you in handcuffs.
But I'm not putting my hands behind my back.
You're facing the hood.
I'll face
Turn
the
around.
hood.
Policy to put it behind.
Listen.
Be behind your back.
Right now, you're going to get a ticket.
For what?
If you do not put your hands behind your back, you're going to jail. Put your hands behind your back.
Can I turn my
Do it
camera around
now.
to face me?
No.
Can we agree on
No,
things?
I don't know if you have any weapons.
I don't have any weapons.
Stop reaching.
There's no weapons on me, guys.
Stop
I'm a journalist.
reaching.
I'm a
Listen.
constitutional law scholar. You extended
Listen.
a stop to
Put your hands behind your back or you're going to jail. I'm placing you in handcuffs.
I like it. So throughout this entire... So he basically skips over this entire exchange with him and the first... him and... So, wait. That is a dingle. Then what the hell was Detective... Okay, I gotta talk to that does look like a dingle. C. Dot dingle. So they do have a dingle in the police department. What the hell? The detective told me that there wasn't anybody with that name. Whatever. I gotta figure something out. Something's going on over there, but whatever. Moving on.
Handcuffs right now.
For what
Turn
reason?
around.
For officer safety, right?
Turn around for officer safety.
Is the camera still running, guys? The camera's still running. I'm facing your car like you asked me to do.
I don't care about the camera. Put your hand behind your back.
I have no idea. No. It said C, first name C dot and then dingle, D-I-N-G-L-E. I could tell from the body cam footage. I don't know. That's weird. CIA. All right, so we're gonna go and up to the most recent video that we uploaded. This is from Doolittle. Who knows? Maybe I'll accidentally get the Dingles footage in this upcoming production. I don't know. I was doing that again. It's not showing the picture-in-picture screen. Whatever. Anyway,
Listen, I'm a journalist. I've been detained.
so plaintiff was patted down and placed in handcuffs. Plaintiff made defendants aware of his prior shoulder injury and he was put in 2 pairs of handcuffs to adhere to his medical needs. Although later during the encounter, a defendant police officer would yank and squeeze forcefully on the arm over and over and over unnecessarily. Surrounded by 4 different officers, where he continued to protest. They had no valid reason to detain or arrest him. Burke accused plaintiff of being on drugs based on the color of his skin. Is he trying to pull the race card there?
Stop moving. You cannot turn off the journalist's camera. That's illegal. You need to turn my phone back on.
I'm pretty sure he said nothing about the reason he said nothing about the turning off the cameras, because I think even he realizes that the cop turning off the camera is not illegal.
You just violated my rights. Journalist from recording this video. That's illegal, dude. What have you been in jail for? What have you been in jail for? What have you been in jail for? Where's the supervisor? Turn off my camera.
Yeah, I'm thinking I could have sworn off. That's what I was listening in, Courtney. That I could have sworn Burke was saying you might be on drugs because of his lips, because they look like white and chapped AF. Scott, doesn't seem like too much soft sit BS in this. Yay or nay? No, I never. Chili's not a soft sit. I've never pegged him as a soft sit, ever. He's just a jackass. A guy who thinks he knows the law but really doesn't. I mean, you can have vexatious litigants out there in the world who aren't soft sits, or people who think that they know the law and are complete fools, and they're not soft sits. I wouldn't even call them soft sit light, because everything in this, everything in the lawsuit is, you know, kind of garden variety. I don't have it so far. I don't have any technical issues with it. It's all in, you know, proper format. He lists the proper jurisdiction, venue, the, you know, standard language is there. So no soft sit-esque type of language is in here at all. So I wouldn't even call it soft sit light. He's just a moron.
You stopping? Huh? You stopping? What you got?
So I think this is Dingle, and I think he's running Chili's information.
I don't know. Probably.
Oh, but this one already had him pegged as a First Amendment auditor. I think I just heard that.
Oh, maybe. What you stopping for? I did something. Worked at a traffic stop here. I'll just drive by. Oh, okay. Cool.
Hey, any likes would be appreciated, guys. Thank you.
At this point, you are harassing.
Yeah. At this point, did you get the story already?
It says plaintiff did experience severe pain and paresthesia. I have no idea what that means. Does that mean it's like loss of like blood pressure or something? That's my guess. Numbness and tingling? Gotcha. No indication of him saying how much smarter he was with the officer. His only other comment here so far was that is told him you're going to be sued for failing to intervene. Why did he capitalize failing? I don't know. Failing to intervene. I'm sitting here telling you this man is torturing me. Please ask him to stop. Plaintiff was ignored by all sworn peace officers on the scene who are now defendants. No, that's about closest opposite as he gets. Gotcha.
Where am I going? You're not. Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm not doing anything. Obstruction is a physical act, dude. You're just making shit up. Can you get this guy to stop harassing me? I've already said I took the fit.
He says obstruction is a physical act, but based on the language of Nevada statute, the Nevada's like obstruction statute is pretty broad. At least especially compared to New Jersey. New Jersey's obstruction statute really goes in and really does have that is really narrowly defined as involving a physical act. At least in New Jersey. In Nevada, the way the way the language is in Nevada, it's pretty broad.
Then leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I'm standing here, bro. I'm in torture cuffs. I can't do anything. But you continually talking. Is that a chew in your mouth? Yeah. Is that a wrapped up chew? No. Is that chew wrap? No. Not allowed.
Chili asked the cop if he was chewing tobacco. The cop said, "We're not allowed to." I'm hearing some tidbits that I hadn't heard before between the exchange between these two. He says a direct lie. It doesn't obviously. If I was him, I wouldn't put that in in his pleadings either. That him lying to the officers about not having ever been arrested. We all know from his criminal record that he has been not only arrested but convicted of a number of charges. So, you know.
So now it's a crime for me to face a certain way? Eat my shorts, dude. Eat my shorts, bro.
Eat my shorts.
Why don't you drop down on your knees and suck my cock?
Ooh.
Do it right here, bro. Just fucking blow me. Mr. Sandoval, I'll be in your body cam footage and I'll be telling you short thing is public record. Yeah, no, it's not. You'll hide the body cam footage because you're a criminal. You're a thug. You're an absolute thug, dude. I'm not going anywhere, bro. You don't get to tell me if I can speak or not. You don't get to tell me if I can.
Okay, so I think that when I'm looking at this language here, briefly, we're going to stop the video. At some point, defendant Tori, the supervisor, arrived on scene, authorized the defendant's behavior as being within the policy. Tori then stated that plaintiff should be arrested to discourage plaintiff's behavior. Interesting. I'm actually interesting. I mean, I don't necessarily have anything necessarily wrong with what the supervisor says. I don't think it's as damning or outrageous as Chili probably thinks it is. But I'd be curious. We're going to have to fact check this once we get the remaining footage. I wanted to point that out there.
Control over where I face it if I can speak or not. You're so dumb. You are so stupid. Your policy's not the law. It's not the law. you. This is physical. Now you're grabbing me to. Why you? Doolittle. Why is he grabbing me, dude?
Just not listening.
Doolittle, come on. I'm not going anywhere. Now you're just grabbing me to be a dick.
But you keep really facing me.
You'll be listening. I'm gonna fight you with torture cuffs on.
Thank you, Judy, for the $4.99. We appreciate it.
So that's fucking disgusting pig. You can suck my cock. Do you hear that I'm not a criminal? I'm no felon. Why are you squeezing my arm? Hey, squeezing my arm! Why are you squeezing my arm? I just want it on camera because when I get these body cams, you're squeezing me, bro. Let go of my arm. I wouldn't have to hold you. Why are you squeezing me? Like I instructed you. You're gonna leave a mark on my arm. You're squeezing me so hard. Let go. I wouldn't even have to touch you. Let go of my arm.
How fast till this gets rejected and on qualified immunity grounds? I mean, if I was the officers and the department, I'd obviously do motion to dismiss under 12b6 and qualified immunity, the whole shebang. Could probably put that together in a couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe not even that much. Burke engaged in profiling against members of the press when he stated that First Amendment auditors had been known for dropping their phone, pulling out guns, and shooting at officers, which is preposterous and provably false. Okay. Again, that's a conclusory statement. You could say Burke stated that First Amendment auditors have been known for dropping their phone, pulling out the guns, and shooting at officers. And then in the next statement, plaintiff was never armed and never demonstrated that or made any indication that he was armed during his interaction with the officer. He could have put that in. Anyway.
Now I'm not pulling anyway. I'm standing here. Everything's being recorded. Sandoval, just try to build it up so you can try to hurt me with torture cuffs. You want to attack me while I can't defend myself. You want to attack me while I can't defend myself is the truth. Because you know you're not the man that I am. You know you're not. Listen, you know you're not the same level.
Okay, so again, I don't think this footage showed it. A defendant officer said that plaintiff needed to be patted down. The officer then spread plaintiff's legs and wide and purposely and maliciously with significant force struck plaintiff in the testicles with what felt like a closed fist. Plaintiff yelled in pain, "I can't believe you just hit me in the nuts." I don't think that was in this footage. We might find it in the last batch of footage. Well, who knows? I guess we'll find out. Grace, thank you for the $5. Thank you for debunking while reading the crappy filing. And someone did $5. Thank you very much. Hey, Chili called one of the officers Doolittle, so there is both a Doolittle and Dingle. Yes, the officer, this officer's body cam footage that we're watching right now is Doolittle. There is a Dingle and Doolittle. My problem is that the detective told me that there's no Dingle.
You're a beta male, I'm an alpha male. You're a chump, I'm a winner.
You're a chump, I'm a winner.
Why are you squeezing me, bro? Just pulling away. I'm not going. And multiple times I told you to face me. You think I'm gonna get away? I'm gonna run away and you're gonna hit your face. Get the fuck out of here. Thornton would have me in 2 seconds, dude. Get out of here. You have no faith in your fellow officers?
No, it said C Dingle. C dot Dingle. I saw it in there in the previous video. So I don't know what the hell's going on with the detective who I talked to. Burke, B-O-U-R-Q-U-E, not Bork. Burke. Hey, Blue. Now, the Dingle, in the previous video, I looked and Dingle was wearing a Las Vegas police department uniform. I don't know.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to make it like I'm some sort of drug addict or alcoholic?
No, I don't necessarily need his name, Tones, but the last batch of footage, I just requested everything else. Everything but Doolittle and Burke's body cam footage. So, Andy Junction, thank you for the $10. Arresting officer pronounced it Bork early on, and this was for $10.
I'm suing 9 cops. I'm suing 9 cops in Ohio. Henderson, what position did you play?
Henderson. That you just called me Henderson. Now you're insulting
Wait,
my
are you
name.
Sorensen?
My God-given name.
Oh, you're Sandoval. You're Sorensen. You're But I'll have middle back. Middle back.
Was that what?
Middle back.
I never played sports.
Then you wouldn't feel this. You'd actually ready. What's your how, you must have a tiny penis, bro. At least Sorensen's not grabbing.
Yes,
Grab me because you can't do it without me.
Chili lies to the officer several times about him not having a criminal record.
You could Sorensen would be able to. He looks like he's actually tough.
Sorensen attempted to get plaintiff arrested for NRS 202.487 for having his dog in the vehicle, even though plaintiff's animal was not in unsafe conditions. Plaintiff was searched.
I have no
Transferred
record
to-
at all. I have no criminal record. I have nothing.
See, is it
Now,
lie?
narcotics, my mouth is dry.
Where he'd not be formally charged, but only released with citations approximately 5 hours after the incident began.
Dingle, Doolittle, Sorensen. Do you think this guy's got a tiny prick? How small is your dick, dude? Let go of me, bro. What a tiny penis you have, bro. What a tiny little dick you have, dude. Your dick must be an inch big. You can't even get it up. You gotta use Viagra, bro. Look at you grabbing another man just because you can't. Because I'm worried about this. Oh, you're such a weak bitch, bro. Sorensen would have me in 2 seconds.
These officers and prosecutors know, not that I have no idea, Thumper's mom. I think they're well aware that he's an auditor. I don't know if they know that has an infamous reputation on our little corner of YouTube.
I'll be more than willing to go train with you at the gym sometime if you want to meet up for a training session. And then you
Training for a gym session is cringe.
your position without 5 guys around me. Let's see how many push-ups you can do. Let's see how many pull-ups you can do.
Let's do
Let's see how your 100-yard sprint is. Let's see what you got.
push.
I don't think you're in shape, bro. I think you're only doing this to me because you can. I'm in shape on the other hand.
What's your 40-40 time, bro? What's your 40-40?
Real shape. I'm a little fat, but I'm still in shape. I can still go hard for 10 minutes. You're just grabbing me, bro. Why are you squeezing my elbow like that? Come on, dude. Like, just, I mean, this is...
Someone will do $2. Maybe Dingle work for Jeremy DeWitt.
I'm gonna give
Maybe.
you your, so Dingle and Doolittle, I'm gonna get yours and your name right. You know, Sorensen, if you had signed up to be a state prosecutor at the time, but I mean, you look like
Biggs tried to look at Dingle up. It appears they use city and county officer, maybe county and town. Maybe I mean that's possible. That's entirely possible.
all grabbing me. Well, why are you grabbing me though? You think I'm gonna run away? My pupils are non-dilated, bro. You're making stuff up. And just so you know, this is all gonna go in it, bro. You don't know who I am. You're gonna find out, though. You don't know who I am. You don't know who I am. You don't know who I am. Why don't you get your fucking hands off me, bro? Get your fucking hands off me, bro.
Hey, moving on. While they're chatting it up, let's go through the rest of this. The officer's actions left plaintiff in a position where he had to pay for a ride back to his vehicle and did pay monies for such a ride. Why did you say it that way? On the arm that defendant squeezed, plaintiff was left with a severe bruise in his elbow area. It continues to have paresthesia in his index and thumb, requiring ongoing medical. Really, dude? Ongoing medical care? Okay. Almost a month after the incident, B. Sorensen continues to harass plaintiff by warning him against violating 202.487, although plaintiff has never left his pet in unsafe conditions. What? I don't know what he means by this. That Officer Sorensen. What does he go to his? Does he go to Chili's house, to his car, and tell him about that? I don't know what he means by that. By what Sorensen is like continuing to harass him a month later. As a result of the defendant's actions, plaintiff suffered a deprivation of rights. No point is anything that would put a reasonable officer in fear of his or her safety. Following the incident, Burke claimed in a written incident report that the reason why plaintiff was arrested was for engaging with a detained driver, refusing to give an officer reasonable space to work, and refusing to obey lawful commands after being advised that he was being detained. A detained person's rights are only limited as to leaving. A police officer's, specifically defendant Burke's, feelings must be weighed against the citizen's rights. I don't know what sort of legal standard that's necessarily where that's coming from. The defendant's behavior did not follow LVMPD's use of force policy and interactions with the public policy. The written report by Burke also claimed because DeCastro was physically uncooperative with officers, admitted to being in trouble numerous times in the past for similar reasons, it would not even allow officers to explain why he was detained or placed in handcuffs. We determined that he was not a good candidate for a citation and release. Because of DeCastro's actions, it was clear that his criminal behavior would continue in the area if police did not act. Seems reasonable to me. The facts in the incident report were either fabricated or merely pretextual, even if the facts set forth in defendant Burke's report were true, which the video evidence disputes. Questionable. Those facts still did not give rise to reasonable suspicion to detain plaintiff, and certainly did not furnish probable cause to arrest plaintiff. Plaintiff stated early in the encounter that he had no criminal record. Oh, so he does put a lie here, and there wasn't any criminal behavior. That's a straight up lie. He does have a criminal record. At that point, a reasonable officer would have left the plaintiff alone. Burke never told the plaintiff that there was an investigation. Chili keeps following him. Chili keeps following him around, and when he does, the cop reminds Chili to not leave his dog in the car. Oh, gotcha. Burke never told plaintiff there was an investigation or that he was interfering with it. Rather, Burke only demanded plaintiff respect Jane's privacy in public. Defendant Burke seemed only intent on preventing plaintiff from recording the police interaction. Perhaps this is because plaintiff has recently covered several stories about LVMPD that went viral on the internet. Oh God, plugging his channel, I guess. I mean, he can't help it. I'm not surprised. Plaintiff is informed and believes and intends to prove after conducting a relevant discovery that plaintiff's actions in detaining and or arresting plaintiff, using force on him, and illegally searching him or his belongings were motivated largely or entirely by the following: plaintiff's position as a member of the press that records police interactions for accountability, plaintiff's negative viewpoint of the police, who all contribute or hold silent the thin blue line about police brutality, and or plaintiff's verbal protestations of the defendant's actions and plaintiff's accusations that the defendants were harassing him. Indeed, as shown on the video footage captured by plaintiff's cell phone, and the video footage plaintiff expects to obtain from defendant's body cams. Expects to obtain? What, you don't got the money for it? You haven't filed a discovery? Come on, man. Plaintiff did not do or say anything that would have provided reasonable suspicion or probable cause for the detention and or arrest, excessive use of force, and subsequent searches. Therefore, there is strong inference that the defendants were in fact motivated by one or more of the three factors above. Anyway. Right up yours. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Objection. Plaintiff is clearly not informed.
That we don't have. If you have the jingle, I'm so glad that you're.
I gotta double check. Yeah, I just saw work cards in there. Since he's insinuating we don't know.
pussy you are, bro. Why
He had to do on-site e-begging.
Oh, I'm high on what?
Gotcha. Well, given that he's the defendant, he probably should be getting the footage for free.
Body cameras. Why are you squeezing my elbow joint?
Aw, that's cute, Charlie.
This is some pussy shit you're doing. Just squeezing my arm.
Oh my god, he does do the race card. Oh my, oh, come on. Oh, this guy. He does actually pull the race card. Defendants intentionally discriminated against plaintiff. Why is there more than one? Why is he plural? But plaintiff's based on the color of his skin. Oh god. Oh, this fucking guy. This guy. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I cursed. I apologize. Based on his color of his skin, they said that you might be on drugs because your lips looked chapped and pale white compared to the rest of the whatever. So 14th Amendment, First Amendment, fourth cause of action. What is it? Racial profiling. Sandoval is a Spanish name, yes. I did see that he cited Terry v. Ohio. He didn't cite the Rodriguez case that he tried to do. Racial, different skin color, minorities, including cop watching Cop watching activists aren't a freaking minority, man. Really? Not in the way you want it to be. Pedro Whack-a-mole, thank you for the $6.90 tip. Tiny D is a petulant child. Thank you very much for the super chat. Or excuse me, for the tip. Oh my god. All right. Chili went to thank you for the $2. Chili went to Las Vegas and all he got was body cam footage. Oh, I mean, I think that's all there is. All there is body cam footage. And the police report that he's able to get. The men who watched then do not do what they did. They do what they did should have to pay for this lawsuit out of their own pockets. Plaintiff offered Burke to not sue you, take these cuts off me, and let's talk about what we both expect from one another, cops and cops watchers. And to avoid this promised litigation, what could have been settled at a meeting will now cost taxpayers. I mean, this is why that language is in a cause of action section is kind of cringe. Why is there a blank space? Tory said specifically, no, you have to be arrested because you've done this before and we want to deter the behavior. He openly stated, well, why didn't you quote him then? He openly stated he didn't want plaintiff to film police and he would put charges on him because he's a nationally known cop watcher. Why did you capitalize cop watcher? And if he actually said this, why didn't you directly quote him like you did with the above statement? Very curious. Fifth cause of action. Because he does another race card thing. Race and political viewpoints. Sixth cause of action. Assault. Seventh cause of action, battery. False arrest and imprisonment. Invasion of privacy. Vehicles, pockets, wallets, cell phones, electronic devices, and negligence. Here we go. Thank you, Tones, for the 12 months. Appreciate it. Doing these things you're in, duty of care, acting unreasonably, carelessly, negligently, and recklessly. Prayer for relief, $5 million. Damn. Woo. Well, invasion of privacy, I mean, that would just be a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights, I would say, as an invasion of his privacy. I don't know what, I mean, hold on. Because he mentions 1983 First Amendment, 1983 14th Amendment, see 1983 Fourth Amendment. I don't know why he did invasion of privacy when invasion of privacy would be incorporated in his Fourth Amendment rights section. Anyway, whatever. Thanks, Brad. Prayer for relief. He wants attorney's fees. I don't know why he wants an attorney's fees. You're pro se. The undersigned pro se party certifies that the following may have a direct pecuniary interest. Any pro-police organization due to the political affiliation of the plaintiff, I declare on the penalty of perjury. The foregoing is true and submitted, yada, yada, yada. Well, look. Yeah, I would say this is a fairly simple 12b6. And what's it called? Qualified immunity. Dingbat, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Amazing that these people think that everyone thinks they should know who they are. His subs, if they're real, only make up 0.029% of the American population. Yeah, that is a common thing, especially with YouTubers. Especially with YouTubers. Like, because I remember whenever in the last live stream that we did, I mentioned XQC, and I noticed that a good chunk of you guys in chat had no idea who the heck I was talking about. And I think XQC is easily one of, if not the most popular Twitch streamers out there. He's got like several million followers on Twitch. Like it's an extremely high number. And yeah, same thing with like, you know, what's it called? PewDiePie. You know what I mean? Some people might know who the name PewDiePie, but the average Joe in the street be like, who the hell is that? Even though he has like what, over 100 million subs on YouTube, like well over 100 million subs. And anyway, most of these guys, they have an extremely high opinion of themselves, so best not to inflate their egos anymore. So that's where we're at right now. I'm still not convinced the first cop acted reasonably. I mean, you could. I mean, I think there's a case to be made there that he may have jumped the gun a bit. I can see it, but I can also see that the first officer did act reasonably. it's kind of I'm gonna I will admit that it's certainly not open and shut for sure, but I'm not going to sit here and say that what the officer did was like beyond the pale. You know what I mean? Hey, plot hole, what's going on? Wouldn't this fail under a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim? It probably would, but it probably would survive under 12b6, but it would still they could still raise a qualified immunity defense in their motion to dismiss, which is how I usually see it. Which is how I usually see a lot of these motions to dismiss. They throw in the whole gambit in raising all those issues. Thank you, Jadub, for the 22 months. Thank you for the review and the body cam footage. Much appreciated. He mentions Terry v. Ohio up earlier in the brief, but he doesn't go too deep into detail with it. But as far as any of you guys curious, the next footage probably will not be arriving until next week. So obviously, when that comes in, we'll be taking a look at it, of course. But I'm going to keep this limited to, the title. I know it's a bit, it's certainly a short stream, only about an hour. But hey, we can keep it nice and clean and concise. Dean Batha, thank you for the $1 super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you guys again. I appreciate all you guys' support and helping to raise the money to get the footage. I think ultimately this next batch is going to be pretty worth it. So any assistance you can provide is always appreciated. So with that said, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday. I might actually be, I don't know. I might stream tomorrow, but it'll be on my gaming channel, if anything else. It'll be on my gaming channel, if anything else. So, yeah, I'll see you guys Friday, if not. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, and y'all have a good one. Adios. Take care. Brad, thanks. You're having a birthday coming up soon. Yes. I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but yes, my birthday is next Wednesday. In 1 week from now. Yeah. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
My bitch a choose